Hello, everybody. Oh, hey, look at that. We got audio from when I'm actually on the damn YouTube video, piping into you, double casting, because I love looking at my own YouTube video. Dear God, Doug, you are such a professional. Hello, everybody. Take two. This is Wrestleview Weekly, May 29th, 2019. Post Memorial Day weekend shenanigans, post AEW Double or Nothing shenanigans, post everything other shenanigans. Hello, everyone in the chat room, let yourselves be known because I want to call out your name like you are something special. Hey, Grash. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Emily. Hey, Clinton. Hey, Shane. Good evening, Shane. Who else is in there? Let yourselves be known right now. In any other case, shut up. Oh, boy. Welcome to the show. This is Wrestleview Weekly. I am veteran columnist Doug Lackey of Wrestleview.com, host of this show, and co-host of Wrestleview Live alongside Mike Tedesco, where we cover all of the major WWE pay-per-views. Clinton, yes, Doug, I call you, you're Clinton. That's right. You are Clinton. You don't know what life is? Well, life is awesome right now. Hey, Gills. All right. So, if you can't tell why I'm a little giddy, it's just because I came back from the store with a very favorite source of mine that I cannot wait to show you. So, yeah, I'm going to pop this baby open, and it's going to be really nice, and this is going to be a fabulous show. But what is on the show today? Covering, doing reviews of Raw and Smackdown from this week, going through a bunch of headlines that also happened this week. Yes, I understand that there was a big shindig that happened over in Las Vegas involving AEW stuff and people appearing on the show and everything. And we'll kind of touch on the headlines of the show. If you are expecting me to talk a lot about AEW on this show, especially with the Double or Nothing pay-per-view that happened over the weekend, unfortunately, you are not going to find that here because, number one, the internets are saturated with opinions on the show, a lot of them being positive, a couple of them being negative, communities fighting over each other and stuff. And so I am not, I feel like now is not the time for me to insert my opinion into this massive the void that is occurring right now. Instead, what I will do is sometime very soon, and I want to say probably before I head off for my birthday break, which is the end of July, I will be scheduling a watch-along on Twitch to check out AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Got it in the hopper. I do want to check this out. Going to check it out with an open mind, of course, just as I do with any professional wrestling show. And at the same time, try to eliminate whatever thoughts I had about the All-In special they had last Labor Day. So, I do want to go into watching this show with a completely open mind, and I think it would be best if I hold off on doing that once the dust has cleared from the stampede of anti-WWE sentiment, from anti-AEW sentiment. I think it's a good idea to just let it settle a little bit. Especially from after listening to the Johnny Moxley, or I'm just going to call him Jonathan Good by his real name, Jonathan Good's interview on the Talk is Jericho podcast. I've got some thoughts on that as well. Which was uploaded yesterday. I highly encourage all of you to check out that interview. It is very enlightening. It's very enlightening, I guess is the best way to put it. And it answers a lot of questions when it comes to what Goods' character and how he was feeling within the company before he decided to leave. Apart from headlines, Raw and SmackDown also going over changes to the Milk Carton, the WWE Milk Carton. Some people are taking off, but we've got brand new faces going on in the Milk Carton, and I hope I get their names right because it changes occasionally. So, hopefully I've got their names right since I've got them on the Milk Carton. And finally, Saturday is NXT Takeover pay-per-view event number 25. Hard to imagine that. 25 takeovers that NXT has had. Well, as always, there are going to be 5 matches on this pay-per-view. I will be making predictions about this pay-per-view. And as always, I will be locking some predictions. And when I get those predictions wrong, we take a shot of the Luna Azul Blanco tequila. But we're going to do things a little different this time around. It's only 5 matches. I'm only doing 2 locks. Well, Doug, what's the point in that? You're only going to do 2 shots. If you get the worst of it, then we're changing things up a bit. Instead of doing just 2 shots of tequila, a shot of tequila if I get a lock wrong, instead we're going to do one of these if I get one wrong. Hey, Jamel. Hello. So I've got 2 mini bottles of tequila here with me. The first one here is Avion Silver. I feel confident about this one. I think this might not be as harsh as the Luna Azul Blanco, but I got a feeling that this one's not going to be as good because I have another bottle of Margaritaville Silver Tequila. I am not a fan of Jimmy Buffett by any stretch because I think he has about as much talent as any other kind of drunkard you'll find at any bar. But yeah, so if I get a lock wrong, we're taking a shot. We're not taking a shot. We're downing one of these bottles. And granted, it's going to fill up this is a double shot glass. Okay, here's your double shot glass. There's your bottle. It's less than this. Okay, the mini bottle of tequila is smaller than the double shot that I usually take if I get 2 wrong, which again gives me more incentive to know my shit about professional wrestling. So I'm not going to screw this up. It's only 5 matches. What the hell are we going to do wrong? Okay. So, yeah, if I get them wrong, that's what we're taking. All right, that's what's going on in the show. Okay, on to the sources. Okay, so my most awesome girlfriend in the whole wide world, Deanna, she shops at a lot of organic places, like Trader Joe's, like Whole Foods, like Earth Fare, and places like those, while I shop and work at a regular, typical grocery store on the side. And but what's great about these off-the-wall grocery stores like Whole Foods and Earth Fare and Trader Joe's and these organic places is that their selection of beer is also very unique. It's the stuff that you won't find anywhere else except for maybe like a world market, or you'd have to really, really search. And so this beer is very sentimental to me because I was introduced to it when I went to the beach. When I mean the beach, I mean Myrtle Beach with a bunch of my friends about 3-4 years ago. And it's one of my absolute favorites. So here it is. I know it's going to be really difficult to read because of the damn green screen, but this is Castille Rouge. Okay. It's from the Belgian brewery, if I can pronounce it right, Van Hassenbroek. Okay. What Castille is, and more importantly, Castile Dunkel. Castile Dunkel is basically a quad IPA Belgian ale. Very, very bold flavor. Almost chocolate to the taste. Almost chocolate to the taste, but it's very, very smooth. Very, very tasty. But what the Castile Rouge is it's their quad Dunkel beer infused with some cherry liqueur. And it's the same cherry liqueur that is used by Belgian chocolatiers, okay, inside their chocolates, which gives this like a cherry, like a chocolate covered cherry taste, is what this is. And I could have had it poured already, but instead I wanted to unwrap in front of the camera because, yeah, this is great for radio. So you see it's all foil and shit on the bottle. And it's almost like, ooh, it's like a bottle of champagne, isn't it? So yeah, open the thing up like this, I think. There we go. There we go. We got it open. There we go. Got the foil off. And then it's got this clamp and cork right there on the side. God, I'm smiling so much. And then you untwisting the clamp. I really hope I don't take out the camera when I do this. Yeah. Clinton, you got to bless me with these dope brews if we ever meet. I might. Oh, God. Don't aim it for the TV. Oh, I love that sound. Wow, that sucker shot pretty high. I almost hit the TV that was right there. Okay, so we hold up the gearbox goblet. Look at the pour. Look at the pour. Look at that. And what it gives is it has this nice little strawberry colored foam on the top, but it's a very dark red hue. And again, it's like chocolate covered cherries. Not much foam, as you can see. It's not like, this is very good beer, believe me. Yeah. Again, it's more, you taste a lot more of the cherries in it than anything else. I will fully admit, when I was at Myrtle Beach and I was introduced to this at the international bar that me and my friends were drinking at, I downed 2 whole big bottles of this stuff. It was so good. So good. So, yeah, this is, yeah, I love it. Yes, sources are working. So, lots of stuff to go about with on the show. 24/7 title shenanigans. It changed hands this week. How do we put this? Is it fair to say that we should just basically call the wild card rule the Roman Reigns Drew McIntyre rule? You know, let's just call it the Roman Reigns Drew McIntyre rule because that's what's going to be happening. You know, I really shouldn't get too far into it, but let's just go ahead and start off this crap and talk about the Red Show. Yeah, look at Bork is unhappy and he's swatting Heyman with a sheet of paper. What the heck is his problem? All right, so on this episode of Monday Night Raw, no, we're staying on Raw. What are we doing? Dear God, it's begun. So already on this episode of Monday Night Raw, we were told that Brock Lesnar was going to be saying who he is going to be facing, who he's going to challenge for the title with his Money in the Bank contract. And of course, he's in the ring. He's rocking out on his boombox, about to give his decision. And, let's see, Kofi Kingston music hits. He comes out. He's chucking pancakes. And then Seth Rollins music hits, and he starts talking. He wants Lesnar, but then suddenly Lesnar's music hits. It changes to a hip hop theme. He starts dancing out. They put boombox decals on the briefcase. He's got new merch with a shirt that says Brock Party. And what's great is he goes into the ring, and of course he's dancing like a madman. Well, here he is right here. well, they say something's technically wrong. Well, fine. Something's technically wrong with that GIF. Dancing around like an awesome person usually does when they've got awesome decals on a briefcase. And he then approaches Kofi Kingston. New Day's music hits. Then he approaches Seth Rollins, and his theme song hits, and Seth Rollins storms off in a huff, just like, gosh, I want to be all serious, and he's all having fun, and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, Seth Rollins storms off. Then, Paul Heyman looks at everyone's like, we were here to make an announcement. But like usual, Seth Rollins has to be a party pooper. So he storms off, so no decision for you. No decision for you. And he goes walking away. Kingston's like, oh, hey, what the heck? What the heck's going on? Why isn't the Twitter GIFs working? Then Kofi Kingston's like, hey, I'm here. You can tell me what your decision is. And Dolph Ziggler attacks him from behind. Yeah, we ain't getting any GIFs today. Attacks him from behind, so yeah. We get that beat down. Xavier Woods comes out to try to make the save, and he kind of does. Ziggler retreats to the back. We go to commercial break. We come back from commercial, and Dolph Ziggler, I will say, if there's anything that him working on the stand-up scene has been doing, it's been making his promos and promo delivery way better. His delivery and cadence on the microphone is 500% better than what it used to be. Way better. Ziggler says that the two of them, they were friends for years. He defended Kingston as being more than a B-plus player. What happens when Kingston doesn't have the title? What happens when you don't have the title? What happens when Ziggler takes the title from you? The millions of fans that look up to Kingston, what happens to them? It took him longer than he wanted because at WrestleMania it should have been him. However, at Super Showdown, it will be him. And then Ziggler walks off. Yes, I agree with you, Ebony. Ziggler wishes that he was Shawn Michaels. He really wishes he was Shawn Michaels. He wishes he was Chris Jericho. But you work with what you are given. He could have been a lot. He could have been. Okay. And the thing is, a lot of the word that's going around is the reason that we're having this match is because Kevin Owens doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia, and so we've injected Dolph Ziggler in this. I don't think so. Oh, you were talking about Seth Rollins, Ebony. Well, maybe. I kind of see that in both of them, to tell you the truth. Kevin Owens was rumored to not want to go to Saudi Arabia for the Super Showdown show, so they shot out a flare. In comes Ziggler to make the save to give Kofi Kingston a match. I am not really buying that argument. I think this was actually in the books. Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, and trying to build that when you already had them going against each other at Money in the Bank. Nah, that doesn't really fly with me. Having to push that for another 3 straight weeks and it being, kind of dragging? Nah, not so much. I don't think so. Injecting Ziggler into this definitely pumps some interest into wanting to watch the Super Showdown show. Am I going to watch it? Probably not. I'm going to be at work. It's on Friday. So I will watch it, okay, but I'm just not going to watch it live. So I'm not really buying the arguments of Ziggler Kingston being forced, is what I'm trying to say. I believe this was planned from the get-go. Okay. Later tonight, we're going to see the women's tag champs in the Iconics taking on Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross in a non-title match, and then there's going to be a fatal 4-way to determine who will be the challenger for Rollins' title at Super Showdown. It's going to be The Miz taking on Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, and Karen Bourbon. Karen Bourbon is replacing AJ Styles, who was originally advertised but is injured. Sure. We're backstage. There's a big old Memorial weekend block party thingy going on, hosted by the Usos. Everyone who is usually on the Milk Carton is at this party. Gallows and Anderson are there. Mojo Rawley is in the back somewhere, not even showing his face. EC3 is sitting down, just sipping a cup. Yay, whatever. It's Natalia's birthday, so you got Dana Brooke and Naomi and all of them celebrating stuff. Yeah. So that was happening. And then he says that Jimmy Uso says that everyone was invited except the Revival. So everyone have fun at the block party. So yay, there you go. Backstage, Shane McMahon is warming up because he's going to have a match coming up soon. Charlie Caruso says she heard he's competing and wants to know who it'll be against. And McMahon says he has to face Roman Reigns at Super Showdown, so this is a warm-up. Drew McIntyre joins his side, and they make their entrance. This is something you'll want to skip. This is the portion of the show you'll really want to skip. It is a good 15-minute chunk of Shane McMahon talking. Hey, Quentin, that's okay. You're not too late. You're just in for the what caused Raw to drag. Okay. If there's one major complaint you want to make about tonight, this week's Monday Night Raw, it is that Shane McMahon dragged this show down hard. Don't get me wrong. I understand we waited almost an hour for our first wrestling match. And yes, while we had a lot of talking segments and a lot of funny segments and lots of just segment, I can understand you're impatient for a wrestling match. But holy hell, did Shane drag this down. Crowd is chanting, this is boring. Shane McMahon bringing up the Wild Samoans. And this is something that needs to be brought up. Sources. The WWE needs to stop mentioning Samoan shit. Okay? Just stop it. No one is interested. I'm serious. I'm not talking just for myself. I understand who the Wild Samoans are. I understand the lineage. I understand all of that crap. But there are a lot of fans who are not my age. There are a lot of fans who are at these shows that are not that age, that when you mention stuff like that, don't know what the hell you're talking about. And they have no way to react. Shane McMahon has done it when it comes to Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman has done it when it comes to Roman Reigns. Every person under the sun has done this when it comes to Roman Reigns. And now with the luxury and the benefit of listening to Jonathan Good's interview today, the writers need to pick up on this. We don't give a shit about lineage. We don't care about families. It has nothing to do with it. Shane, just say you hate his guts and that he punched your dad. You don't need to dip into family. But of course we had to because the jobber was one of the cousins of Roman Reigns, apparently. It was Lance Anoy? Whoever. An AEW chant picks up through the crowd. This is awful chants pick up through the crowd. The jobber gets beat up by McIntyre and then put into the ring. Shane beats him up and then makes him tap out. Then the two of them start beating up on the little guy. Then out comes Roman Reigns to make the save. It didn't really have to be that. Couldn't they just bring a no-name out and it just not really dip into family? You could just say, this is you, Roman. Well, no, because then Roman couldn't make the save on someone. I don't know. I'm just really tired of it. I'm just tired of Samoan talk. I mean, it's just me, I guess. But it just seems so tired and tired to talk about it. You know, it's every time it's frickin' Roman Reigns. It's about his goddamn family. Okay? Yes, you have a great family. I'm not saying he has a bad family. I'm not saying anything bad about any lineage or anything. I'm just tired of hearing it. I'm tired of it. The only time I'll be interested in it is they bring out Haku. Bring out Haku and have him lay waste, okay? I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. Brock Lesnar's music hits and he's coming back to the ring. Now this time he is going to notify who he's going to cash in his contract on because there's a referee in the ring this time around. Seth Rollins' music hits. He comes down to the ring. He says the title is his life. Lesnar points at the money bag briefcase. Rollins says he sees it, tells him to shut his mouth. Lesnar makes a mockery out of the championship because he's a joke. Lesnar says, beatbox, bitch! Rollins says he stomped Lesnar's head into the mat at WrestleMania. He's going to do it again right now. Lesnar used to be the most feared man in combat sports history, but now he's hiding behind Heyman as a shell of what he used to be. Rollins dares Lesnar to cash in the briefcase. So Heyman pulls out the contract, starts to read the clause that Lesnar has a year to cash in. Lesnar stops, grabs the contract, and just away from the mic goes like, I've got a year? And yeah, I've got a year? And Heyman goes, yeah, a year. Yeah, a year. And he starts smacking him with the contract. Oh, I was laughing my ass off. Please let me play it. Oh, you son of a whore. You know what? I'm just going to see if this will pop up outside. Here we go. I just want to have that gif of Lesnar just smacking Heyman with the contract is what I want. Smacking him with the contract. Is yeah, a year. Bam, bam, bam. Then Lesnar going, why didn't you tell me, Heyman? I thought you knew. I didn't know, you stupid son of a bitch. They bleep that out. But then Lesnar just has the contract, looks at Rollins, goes, I've got a whole year, and you want me to make a decision now? Screw you. Fantastic. Fantastic stuff. God, I love Lesnar is just great. Okay. Everyone can go ahead and complain that he's not on TV all the time, that he's bringing the company down or whatnot. No, stop it. This is fantastic. Okay. I really thought Heyman got a paper cut, like something fierce on his mug. But oh man, that was so good. Fun stuff. I know Mike felt angry, but I don't know. Maybe it's because he really liked the AEW show, or that he was in the hospital last week. You know, just all kinds of stuff going on. I understand, Mike, why tonight's show you tweeted seems designed to make those that are watching live feel like idiots. Well, even when you're watching DVR, you feel like an idiot because you taped it. Okay, but, you know, let's be honest. That was fun. Okay, it's fun. Yes. Charlie Caruso's backstage with AJ Styles, asks about his injury. Styles says he felt a pop in his lower back and he wanted to compete tonight for an opportunity for the title, but that's not going to happen. He asks how long he's going to be out, but before Styles could explain, Karen Bourbon socks him in the face. So yeah, AJ Styles is just taking a break. He's not really hurt. This is just to build upon the little thing they're going to have with Bourbon and Styles. No big deal. No big deal at all. So yeah. Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross making their way to face the Iconics in a non-title match. Yeah, it was kind of fun. Yeah, Becky chant picked up a little bit, but I mean, it was basically Nikki Cross getting beat up, Becky Lynch getting the hot tag. That's what it was. Lacey Evans walked down and posed, and that's about it. Back over at the Uso block party, Tamina shows up and gives Naomi a hug. Smile and give hug. Tamina is now perfectly healthy. She's off the schneid. Did I take her off the injury list? Probably. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I did. She's off the injury list. Yeah. So Tamina, welcome back. And also the Revival come in. They crash the party, but Naomi says that she invited the Revival. She told them to squash their beef. They shook hands, but there was a lot of tension. Throughout the segments of the block party, the two of these guys, they're all playing cornhole, so I guess that program is quashed right now. Another fantastic match between Ricochet and Cesaro. Why? It's just to show how good they are. That's what was told to us by the commentators. Told to us that, they put on really good matches and they should be thought of to be in the hunt for titles and stuff like that. Yes. Here we're going to see some really athletic stuff by these little guys. Hopefully it'll load up. Yes, it did load up. There you go. Yes, doing backflips off of each other, doing her enziguris, and then you tumble outside the ring, and then Ricochet comes over off the top rope and whee! Yes. So, yeah. Ricochet and Cesaro, there were calls all over the Twitter for these guys to potentially have a best of 7 thing, kind of like what Sheamus and Cesaro had. I'm definitely for it. The only problem is the best of 7 thing really worked with Sheamus and Cesaro because the two of them complained that they weren't put into the main event picture. And so the best of 7 was the showcase and why they were complaining. Okay, these two guys aren't complaining. They're just doing stuff for the sake of doing stuff. It's not to now further any kind of story or anything like that. At first, the story was Cesaro was calling Ricochet weak. Well, Ricochet got the upper hand this week. Do not be surprised if you see these two guys joining up as a tag team. Don't be surprised. Just throwing it out there. Okay? It could happen. They could do a best of 7 with them and then turn them into a tag team. Who knows? But for now, let's just enjoy this when we got it. We needed it. We needed this kind of stuff. So, yes. Yeah, no, that was a fun match. Fun match. Ricochet getting the win with the what did he do? The 630 thingy? No, he did a Hurricane Rana. Oh yeah, the finish of this was kind of scary a little bit, but no, it looked fine to me. We see Ricochet doing a Hurricane Rana, but one of those really contorted like. Okay, so he did a handstand from the apron, lifted himself onto Cesaro's shoulders, spun around, Hurricane Rana, win. See, spin around, Hurricane Rana, win. Yeah. Only Cesaro is the kind of guy that can pull this stuff off with Ricochet. Yeah, I don't know who else it could be other than Cesaro doing this. Hey, Jason. Hey, Jason in the chat room. YouTube should tell you when it's live when you subscribe to it. Yeah. There you go. So, yes, fun matches. If you're complaining about that, then stop. Yes. We're going to have the Fatal 4-Way coming up soon. Still photos of Samoa Joe's shoulder up during the final pin of the U.S. title match. After the match, Joe attacked Rey Mysterio after winning the title. Mysterio will be forced to relinquish the United States title next week on Raw. I am not buying it. There's nothing wrong with him, so there you go. Sources. Corey Graves is going to be interviewing Sami Zayn on some kind of electric chair thingy. It's just a prop, guys. Don't go nuts. It's just a prop to say that they're going to have an interview in the ring to segue into the main event match of Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins. That's all it is, okay? Miz says some stuff about why he's going to win the match. Braun Strowman says some stuff backstage in the gorilla position why he's going to win the match. They have the Fatal 4-Way match. While this match is going on, Bobby Lashley has thoughts while he's making his entrance in the little, picture-in-picture thingies that they do. But none of that matters because the one guy who did not say why he was going to win it is Karen Corbin. And so, yes, Karen Corbin won the Fatal 4-Way. Because Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley were fighting through the crowd because they're going to have a match at the Super Showdown thing. So you damn well knew it was going to be The Miz or Karen Corbin. Why in the hell would it be Miz? It's going to be Karen Corbin. So there you go. This was a fun match. Everyone got to get their spots in there. By God, Karen Corbin is right now yes, Lesnar is on there, so I guess you could consider him a top heel. Karen Corbin is just a fantastic heel right now. Just great. Just great. Chase the title. Karen Corbin wins. It was not. They called it a Fatal 4-Way elimination match by eliminating one person. because Strowman and Lashley fought through the crowd. So basically, they were eliminated by countout. And Corbin pinned Miz. If you couldn't tell, this was kind of a weird show. But it was a holiday show. If you were expecting something tremendous after some kind of AEW Vegas show where one of the former performers of the WWE made a surprise appearance to end the show, you really thought that WWE was going to try to cap on something? No. No, they're not. Stop it. You knew this was going to be a weird show, too, when, with every single Monday Night Raw that they've had in key cities, they always seem to show the graphics of the city that they're in with sports teams and stuff like that. Well, they didn't have one for Oklahoma. Just kind of throwing that out there. Usos and Revival are having the longest game of cornhole ever. But then R-Truth runs in. Everyone starts trying to pin him, and R-Truth runs away with. And Firefly Funhouse. Bray Wyatt doing some wacky shit again. Yep, just doing some wacky shit, limboing and crab walking under a limbo pole. I cannot wait for this character to show up on live TV. I really have a feeling that it's going to be him dressed up as this like kids TV show guy walking around backstage, and then just during a match he comes out dressed as that Fiend guy. Really digging this stuff. And finally, so we have this electric chair crowd forum type thing where the crowd is asking Sami Zayn questions when actually the crowd is just fed questions that were written by the writing staff, and Sami's got to respond to them. And Sami starts putting down the people in the ring, starts putting down the questions he was getting from everyone. And then he even brings out, "You could have asked me about AEW." And suddenly everyone gasped as if he was breaking the fourth wall or something like that. But then all the questions were about the Universal title. Why they were doing this, I don't know. It was just a reason to segue to have this match when Sami Zayn was never... Seth Rollins beat Sami Zayn clean in a 2 commercial break match. This was a very disjointed episode of Raw. It had its bright moments. It had its happy moments. But the writing and the piecing together of this is really tough for me to justify. It's a tough show right now. It's a very, very tough show. 87% gave this show a thumbs down. Why? Because everyone watches Raw. That's why. But what about the other show? The show that's actually good. The show that no one watches. The show that's paced well, that's written well. The show that apparently, is so good it forces people to leave the show when the crowd says that they should be fired. What happens on the show that is not written and rewritten and rewritten and rewritten within 3 hours' time? What happens with the show that is properly structured? That doesn't have too many chefs spoiling the broth. It is the best show to watch. It is the Blue Show. It is by far the best wrestling show to watch is SmackDown. By far. By far. Kicking off the show, Kevin Owens coming down to the ring talking shit about Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston comes out, so they're going to have a match. Kevin Owens says he's going to soften him up for Ziggler to beat him. So, yep, they have a match. A very, 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 very fun match. A way better show by far with SmackDown because so much more happened just in the half hour with this one thing. This match was great. Okay, this match was fantastic. Little kickouts here and there showing how Kofi, surpasses all the odds. He got back in the ring from taking frog splashes outside. He kicked out from frog splashes and sentons off the top rope in the ring. But then all it takes is one trouble in paradise, and he gets the win. But what I liked about this match was there was not so much silly shit from Kofi. No leaping vertically in the air to hit a clubbing blow or clothesline. There were no real boom drops or anything like that. This was the showcase Kofi Kingston garnering sympathy as a babyface in peril, showing that he can stay in, he can hang in there, he can kick out of stuff, he can avoid the finishers. He avoided the pop-up powerbomb. He avoided the kicks to go into a stunner. He avoided all that stuff. So, yes, that's what it is. Kofi Kingston had a very good match. It was really, really fun. Dolph Ziggler was backstage watching the match on a television at a very weird angle that you would never watch a television in. Shane McMahon is backstage with Elias and Drew McIntyre because, again, wild card rule, Drew McIntyre is going to be on SmackDown. To have Shane McMahon Appreciation Night. Sure. R-Truth with his 24/7 title and Carmella are backstage. He is still trying to hide from everyone. Drake Maverick is running around posting up wanted posters everywhere. SmackDown Tag Team Champions Daniel Bryan and Rowan are in the ring, narrowly avoiding the milk carton. They're in the ring, saying that the tag team division is a joke, and no one will be there no one is up to their level. But then suddenly, Otis and Tucker, Heavy Machinery, come on out to the ring. Themselves narrowly, I think they were on the milk carton for a little bit. Then they appeared on TV, and then they were off 2 weeks, so they narrowly avoided another appearance on the milk carton. They come out, they challenge for those tag team titles. Rowan and Bryan say they accept, but it won't be in Oklahoma. So there you go. Bayley is backstage prepping for her match against Lacey Evans. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose are backstage gawking over Mandy Rose's cover of Muscle and Fitness Hers magazines. They're handing magazines to everybody, including the Iconics. And Ember Moon, who is reading Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde because character development, but then they gave her a whole stack of magazines because that's way better reading material. Carmella versus Mandy Rose with Sonya Deville in tow. Sonya Deville gets up on the ring apron to distract the ref, and Mandy Rose gets the win. R-Truth is backstage and on the lookout. He's attacked by Jinder Mahal. R-Truth fights him off, throws him through a door. He hides in a photo booth, which is randomly backstage. Meanwhile, the B-Team, cast members of 205 Live, Matt Hardy, Apollo, they all run by, and also Drake Maverick run by. Drake Maverick bumped into him. And then he starts chasing R-Truth the opposite direction. So, yeah. Running the opposite direction. Aleister Black is back with us, narrowly escaping the milk carton again. Well, not again. It would have been his first time ever being on the milk carton. Again, just saying words. Says he's waiting for someone to throw out. He's waiting for someone to throw out a name to pick a fight with anybody. But there lies the problem. He's still waiting. People are thinking he's going to go out there and beat somebody up, but he's waiting for someone to pick a fight with him. Yeah, so moody, goth, hot topic guy who knows words and tries to construct sentences. I really think we're looking at a heel swerve with this guy. It's what it seems like to me. Shane McMahon Appreciation Night. Elias, Drew McIntyre, and Shane McMahon are all in the ring. Talk about how great Shane is. They got the trophy on the outside. They've got Hamilton doing his fantastic entrance of Shane McMahon. Elias sings a nice little ditty about why wherever they are is horrible. Then suddenly, R-Truth runs through the crowd, lifts his 24/7 title. Maverick then gets in the ring with the referee. R-Truth hits Maverick with an inverted suplex, gets the pin, celebrates for retaining his title, but then Shane, Elias, and Drew McIntyre all beat the snot out of R-Truth. Elias pins R-Truth to become the new 24/7 champion. Then Shane says he's got an awesome idea. How about Elias and Drew McIntyre take on this guy, R-Truth, and Roman Reigns? And Shane says that he is suspending the 24/7 rule throughout the entirety of the match until the very end of the match. Okie dokie. Backstage was, I think, this is where SmackDown, I think, was fantastic. Just because I like them, but also because this is character development. Kayla is backstage. Backstage interviewer number 22. You could have told me any name and I'd believe you. Backstage with Lacey Evans sitting down and sipping tea with Charlotte. Cutting just a magnificent promo. They talk about how both Becky and Bayley are the most arrogant superstars in the WWE. They beat up Becky, and now it's time to beat up Bayley. Just fantastic stuff. I mean, they're both just arrogant, snobbish. They go so well together. Just great. Great stuff. Lacey can sure as hell cut a promo. She's right now cutting the best promos in the entire roster right now. And I think it shows that some people get some say in what's going to be in their script. That, or at least they deliver it well, or they have enough confidence to deliver it well. They don't question what's going on. They just do it. They just do their job. How about that? Bayley versus Lacey Evans with Charlotte on commentary. Charlotte was incredibly soft-spoken throughout this entire match, and that just made it feel even better. Really good back and forth match. But in the Charlotte would kind of mock Bayley a little bit. Bayley gets her punch in on Charlotte while she was sitting on commentary. Charlotte tries to get into the ring. Stands up as Bayley. Bayley throws the forearm at her. Bayley gets in the ring with the referee distracted by Charlotte. Bayley reverses a pin that Lacey had on her to get her own pin, and thus Bayley wins the match. Lacey Evans then attacks Charlotte from behind after the match. Then Charlotte gets up and just boots Lacey in the face. I mean, this good stuff. Very good stuff. Where Bayley's just in there. Oh, I don't know what's going on in there, but Charlotte and Lacey going at it, that's what I was hoping for. Charlotte and Lacey were staring at each other during the Royal Rumble earlier this year. Little drops, little seeds planted for what could be happening later. Babyface versus babyface matches are not my thing. Because it's all fucking full of honor and respect and shit. No one's angry about anything. It's just to prove something over a prop. When heels face heels, that's awesome. Because they both hate each other. They both have an axe to grind. And they both have developmental skills in their character that they're wanting to show off. Okay? Two tall Southern girls going at it? Damn right, Andrew. That sounds great. What's the deal with Bayley? Ebony asks. She's the number one babyface on SmackDown for the women. And you watch out. What's happening with Bayley right now is what should have happened probably about 2-3 years ago when she made her debut. But she was a little green. She was very botcherific in the ring. I think all the rust is off now. We are going to see probably the best of Bayley we have ever seen. I really think as a character, we are going to see the best that she has to offer probably for the next 3 or 4 months. You're going to see some great stuff from her, I believe. I think her thing, Charlotte having a match with her is fantastic. The match she had with Lacey Evans here was fun. It can also lead to other things An inevitable swerve of Ember Moon is what I've been looking at. Mandy Rose getting a push. Sonya Deville could be getting up there. There's plenty of stuff that's in line for Bayley. Hype video number 24 about Triple H and Randy Orton and why you should care about that match. Andrade and Zelina Vega are backstage. Clip of Finn Balor talking about how he wasn't medically cleared to perform on SmackDown after the punishment he received from the Money in the Bank ladder match. Andrade just says that the Demon Balor is going to get his at Super Showdown. Blah, 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 blah. Firefly Funhouses, yada, yada, yada. And finally, main event. Roman Reigns and R-Truth versus Elias and Drew McIntyre. This was all about Roman Reigns cleaning house, basically, being the one-man wrecking crew. But in the end, yes, Roman Reigns and R-Truth would get the win. And Reigns looks at Elias and the referee. Roman Reigns puts another spear into Elias, tells R-Truth to go for the cover. R-Truth gets the pin and gets his 24/7 title back. It's fun. Fun, predictable, typical show. And it only took me 15 minutes to talk about. There's nothing to really, dwell on here. What did everyone think about the show? 74% gave it a thumbs up. And why did everyone think that SmackDown was a good show? It's because nobody watches SmackDown. Yeah. If you could not tell, I'm kind of wanting to make this kind of a short show. You're damn right, Clinton. You're damn right, Clinton. Fuck your shit. Fun things are fun. Okay? Fuck your shit. Fun things are fun. Oh, that's something to bring up too there. I'm glad you guys are bringing it up there in the chat. What if Sasha were to come back and be a heel? Why not be against Bayley? And who cares if she's on Raw? She's not on anything right now. So, that's the Red and the Blue show. All right. Time for the news. Time for all the news that you could actually ever ask for an entire, a handful of days. So there was stuff that happened in Las Vegas. There's stuff that happened in interviews. And I guess we'll just kind of hop into it right now because it's news time. Here we are. AEW's Double or Nothing is in the books. The dust is settled. And looky, there's Jonathan Good, Johnny Moxley, Dean Ambrose, right there making a surprise debut at the main event of the show involving Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. He has signed a multi-year deal with the company following his debut. He was last seen on the WWE on April the 21st. It was announced in January that he would be leaving the company at the end of February. April. Good Lord. Doug, stay with it. Yeah, your sources are so fantastic. So again, I mentioned earlier, Chris Jericho published his interview with Jonathan Good yesterday. And I highly recommend you listen to it. I thought about playing some clips of it here on the show, but there's so many other wrestling websites and other people that have been playing clips from it that I really believe are taking a lot of clips and stuff out of context. They're only playing the clips that'll feed the narrative of Jonathan Good burying the WWE when it's more specific than that. Saying that he's burying Vince McMahon when it's way more specific than that. Here's the gist of what I get from his interview, and I, again, encourage you to listen to this interview. Talk is Jericho. Just make sure you've got the fast forward button at the ready in case you don't want to hear about Omaha Steaks or other things that Jericho has to plug because of it. Throughout this interview, he talks about how he had basically lost his love for wrestling for the final 8-9 months being part of the WWE. And this mainly all came about from after he came back from injury. First off, his contract was going to expire at the end of April. That was a given. But it was before he had the time off to his injury and then the day re-entrance after coming back from injury, he sat there and he said he would have all these great ideas about his pop, how he would debut and what the pop would be like and what he wanted to do. But he kept thinking, no, they wouldn't do that. Creative wouldn't do that. The writers wouldn't like that. Vince wouldn't like that. And so that he explains that took away from his love of wrestling. He loved wrestling. He loved telling stories. That's the big thing. He emphasizes telling stories. Okay? And he talks about how he loves the promos. But he said the time of being in the WWE for almost the final calendar year, the love of doing promos was sucked away. And it was due to the process, due to the creative process that the WWE has. More importantly, under the thumbnail of Vince McMahon, him being the head writer and the guy who checks off everything, which I can't see why they still have this process. It's not how shows are written. And it's I really hope that this doesn't spark ire in people, but it's a very Trumpian way to write a television show when you're rewriting and rewriting and rewriting all within a 3-hour span just because you like something or you don't like something. You should have liked something from the beginning. Jonathan Good goes into really good detail about the heel turn that he had with Seth Rollins and the horrid script writing they were doing for him, and how you could tell just from his delivery that he just was not digging it. Needing to be inoculated and calling people stinky and wearing gas masks and stuff. That was, yeah. At first, we all thought that this was Dean Ambrose's, Johnny Moxley's, Jonathan Good's neat little, Bane idea. It seemed to be that the Bane idea of wearing the jacket and the gas mask was his way of trying to mask how horrible this idea of Vince McMahon's was. Writing the scripts and, doing that. Saying that people were stinky and it was a cesspool that he had to come to every week. Yeah, it just wasn't working. Right now, Good is living the greatest life right now. The non-compete clause is up. He can do whatever the hell he wants. He's going to get residuals from everything. So every time someone's going to buy a Shield DVD, he's going to get 2 pennies. And he talks about how great his life is. I mean, he doesn't blame he loves the WWE. If it weren't for the WWE, he would not have found his wife. He would not have visited all the wonderful places he's ever been to. He grew as a professional, grew as a performer. Everything, he gives it all to the WWE. He doesn't put it down at all. He doesn't bury him by any stretch. But what he is burying is their creative process. More importantly, their script writing process, their story writing process. The Raw process is what he's criticizing. He's criticizing the Vince McMahon thumb process. And quite frankly, WWE's got to get out of that, but it's never going to happen with Vince McMahon still having an able body. It's never going to happen. It will always be that. You can't take it away. It will always be there. And so you've got to know to swallow your pride a little bit and work with what you got, and also stare at the calendar if you can't take it anymore. That's what he did. But he did it in a professional manner. Anytime he could have come out on live television and shit on the whole thing, but he didn't. So, yeah. They, again, I encourage you to listen to his interview with Chris Jericho, having the interview with Jonathan Good. It's very, very enlightening is the best way to put it. But it should not alter your feelings for either AEW or WWE or any of the people herein in the interview. It just really should enlighten you about the processes that go on, and also the mindset of a WWE performer who has a lot of pride and had a lot of aspirations and a lot of passion and a lot of ambition. You know, when a pro wrestler, in the WWE starts to think that, I've got it going pretty good. I got myself over as a face when no one else thought that I could. He says that in the interview. You get a little full of yourself. But you don't get so full into turning stuff down because it's stupid. You look at it, oh, God, they're making me say this on TV. Okay, fine. I'll try to do what I can. That's what it was. So it's going to, this interview it feeds people. Okay. What I mean by feeds people, it's going to feed everyone's narrative. If they didn't like WWE, it'll feed into that. If you don't like pro wrestlers thinking that they're just so high and mighty that they think they know what the hell to do, it's going to feed you into that too. But the number one thing you need to take away from the interview is I really don't believe that Jonathan Good is trying to sell us anything. He's just trying to let us know what's happening, because this guy was not really active on the Twitter. He's not very active outside the WWE. Really kept to himself. A visible professional by every stretch of the imagination. Okay? So I am totally taking everything that he tells us in the interview. There is no trying to sell you on something. Okay? That's just me. By the way, another one to sign a multi-year deal with the AEW is Dean Malenko. He is going to be a senior producer and coach. Big, big move right there. Very good move by AEW. The best moves that AEW is making right now is not picking up former WWE talent, but picking up former WWE producers. This is a big, big deal. Man. I'm really, really interested to see what this TV show of theirs is going to be like on TNT. But we'll see. Again, my nickel to put into all the conversation about AEW is very small because I haven't seen the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. I am not going to base anything about this organization off of 2 pay-per-view shows. We got to see how it is. That's all. Via reports, Maria and Mike Kanellis' contracts are set to expire in 3 weeks. This is according to the always accurate Mike Johnson of PW Insider. But, of course, he watches the Twitter. WWE 205 Live star Maria Kanellis posted on Twitter last Monday that both her and her husband contracts are set to expire in 3 weeks. That's what she said in the tweet. You couldn't be worked, could you? Okay, so be it. She hadn't changed her Twitter handle either. We'll see. Uh-oh, brace yourself. Local ad revealed title matches coming up for Stomping Grounds in Tacoma, Washington. Prepare yourself. June the 23rd is the Tacoma, Washington Stomping Grounds pay-per-view, where Kofi Kingston is set to defend his title against Kevin Owens. Seth Rollins is set to defend his Universal title against Karen Corbin. And also Roman Reigns is set to face Drew McIntyre. Card subject to change. Straight Up Steve Austin is set to premiere on the USA Network on August the 12th following a random episode of Raw. What's it going to be about? It's 7 half-hour-long episodes featuring Steve Austin and celebrity guests as they swap stories about their lives and characters during one-of-a-kind, custom-tailored adventures in different cities across America. Guests right now include Dale Earnhardt Jr., Baker Mayfield, Becky Lynch, and more. So, yeah. It's basically an interview show with a celebrity, but driving around in a monster truck. It's kind of like I can't remember the name of the show, but it's on AMC. It follows The Walking Dead, where they follow Norman Reedus and a celebrity or a cast member, and they're riding motorcycles somewhere. This is the same damn thing, is what it is. So there you go. Paul Heyman talking about Brock Lesnar's value to the WWE following his retirement from the UFC. Chuck Carroll of CBS interviewed Paul Heyman about the value and marketability of Brock Lesnar since his retirement from the UFC and the, quote, boombox Brock, and how much longer Lesnar is looking to continue in wrestling. Dana, let's see if I can just find some quick things. What does Brock mean to the WWE in terms of marketability? How important of a figure is he at a time when billion-dollar TV deal is being negotiated? Okay. Long quote here from Paul Heyman. Brace yourself. Billion-dollar TV deals are based on the authenticity and credibility of a brand. Brock Lesnar is the only being in history to hold the NCAA Division I title, the UFC Heavyweight title, and the top titles, whether it's the WWE title or the Universal title in the WWE. When you take a look at that, there's a reason for it. Brock Lesnar is a once-ever athlete. If Daniel Cormier could be WWE champ, I assure you he would be. But he can't pull them both off. If John Cena could have been a UFC champion, I assure you he would have been. But he couldn't pull both off. Brock Lesnar can walk seamlessly between these two universes, dominate each of them at the same time if he chooses. And there is no one else on the planet that can make that claim, with the possible exception of Ronda Rousey if she were so inclined. Yep. So, there you go. Another thing from him. Dana White recently revealed that Brock had retired from UFC. What does that do in terms of his appeal and marketability going forward? Heyman says, I think the public is willing to pay to see Brock Lesnar, as long as Brock Lesnar is presented in a manner that entices the audience to be emotionally invested in the story being told. Novel. That's whether it's in the WWE or UFC. So Brock Lesnar's retirement in UFC only makes him more available for the WWE if the circumstances are right. In terms of Brock's marketability to the general public, I think the general public has always been aware of what a unique athlete Brock Lesnar is, and how rare it is to have the opportunity to see Brock Lesnar in action. Bear in mind, Heyman is fantastic when it comes to these kind of things because, frankly, in these quotes, he only says Brock Lesnar. He never says last name Lesnar, Mr. Lesnar, or Brock. It is always Brock Lesnar. Once, twice, 3, 4 times, 5 times mentions his name in that second quote. Great spinster. Oh, by the way, you may want to tune in to the Raw show that everyone watches and everyone bitches about next week because The Undertaker is going to be there. Why would The Undertaker be there? It must be a monumental episode of Monday Night. Oh, it's in Austin, Texas. And it's also to sell the Super Showdown. Goldberg will make an appearance. Randy Orton will make an appearance. It would be nice to know where the hell the show is. Oh well. Lars Sullivan is given his first WWE match, and it's announced at the Super Showdown card. Here's an updated card for you. He's going to have a match against the entire Lucha House Party in a 3-on-1 handicap match. This will go alongside the 50-man Battle Royal, Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon, Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley, Triple H versus Randy Orton, The Undertaker versus Goldberg, Demon King Finn Balor defending his international title against Andrade, Kofi Kingston defending the WWE title against Dolph Ziggler, and Seth Rollins defending the Universal title against Karen Corbin. Also, little bit of news to go ahead and share with you right now. Lars Sullivan's Twitter account has been deleted. Don't believe me? Look for it. Look for it. Look in any WWE tweet regarding Lars Sullivan. You will see he no longer has a Twitter handle. Smart move. Smart move. News on the injury front. We brought it up last week on the show, but didn't have much of details on it. But now we do. Ruby Riott underwent bilateral surgery on her right shoulder last Tuesday, and then will have later on that week had surgery on her other shoulder. Essentially the same surgery that Sami Zayn underwent. And basically putting her on the shelf for a fair amount of time. We're talking like 9 to 10 months is what we're looking at. Yeah. So no Ruby Riott. Does that mean no Riot Squad? Well, it seems to be the MO, because let's go ahead and look at the injury list so far. Jason Jordan, we don't know. He hasn't announced his retirement yet. Fandango, torn labrum. He's been gone way too long. He should have been back about 3 months ago, but he's too busy watching baseball in Tampa. Akam, knee surgery, should be coming back very, very soon to team back up with Rizar, we pray. Tomato Chomper, neck surgery. He's not going to be back until the end of this year. His career might be over. Ronda Rousey with a broken hand, and what in a Bennett. She's not going to be back until WrestleMania. Nia Jax, ACL cleanup surgery on both knees. We're not going to see her back until the Royal Rumble. Jeff Hardy, cleanup surgery on his right knee. It's really, really rough. We're probably not going to see him until Fastlane of next year. Dominic Dijakovic, torn meniscus. He's going to be back in a couple of months. We'll see what happens with him. Alexa Bliss, concussion? We're not sure. But she has been on TV, but she has not been cleared for in-ring competition. And finally, Ruby Riott, bilateral shoulder cleanup surgery. I am projecting her to be back in time for the Royal Rumble. So, yeah. Andrew is saying that Liv is saying that she has a broken toe. Okay. Claiming that she, according to her, has a broken toe, I'm sure. Well, I haven't heard anything from WWE or any other kind of reports or anything like that. But that means that she is perfectly healthy. So what about all the other people that are perfectly healthy? What about the people that aren't injured? What about the people who have not been on major WWE programming, that being Raw, SmackDown, or pay-per-view? What about those people who have not been on TV for, say, 3 weeks? Where are they? What happens to them? They end up on the greatest list known to mankind. It is the list that the WWE pays attention to, that you pay attention to because you like it just as much as I love putting it together, because I am an OCD fuck. It's the WWE Milk Carton. Oh, my body is so much heavier. Oh my God. I think I'm from Norway. You'll get the reference soon enough. All right. Time to bring up the milk carton. Who's on it this time? Oh, look, it's Heath Slater. God, this must be appearance number 5 for Heath Slater. We have not seen him since a segment involving Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe backstage. And I think this was with Rey Mysterio talking to Heath Slater before then Dominic shows up or something like that. So, yeah, we have not seen Heath Slater since, exactly 3 weeks ago, since May the 6th. But you'll never guess who else we haven't seen for about 3 weeks. New additions to the Milk Carton. Welcome to the main roster, boys. It's the Viking Raiders, or the Viking Experience, or the War Raiders, or War Machine, whatever the fuck you guys are this week. We haven't seen them since they squashed Hawkins and Ryder 3 weeks ago. Holy crap. Well, this experiment is going along quite swimmingly. They put out a great challenge of Hawkins and Ryder. They destroy them on TV. And yet, Hawkins and Ryder haven't wrestled since either. Yeah. This is interesting. This is what I think is like really the biggest problem right now with Raw writing, is that you have got stuff that you could write so easily. You don't even need promos for. Give them matches. Just put them in the ring. That's it. But, No, we're too busy having 15-minute long Shane McMahon monologues. Oh well. Whatever the hell these guys are, they're on the list. Chad Gable. Haven't seen him since an April the 23rd match with Jinder Mahal. But of course, that was put on the kibosh when Lars Sullivan came out and beat the crap out of him. So yeah, he has not been out trying to get the 24/7 title. Which leads me to believe something's going on with him. Lana. Have not seen her since she was at ringside for the Kofi Kingston Shinsuke Nakamura match, which was on the post WrestleMania SmackDown show. That was on April the 23rd. Rusev was there at ringside as well. He hasn't been seen in over a month, and Shinsuke Nakamura himself has not been on TV in over a month. Yeah. The Superstar Shakeup has come and passed. Wild Card Rule is coming past. 24/7 title has been vigorously introduced. I think all three of these people are enjoying a nice long vacation, and we will see them. We will see them soon. We'll see what happens. Alicia Fox. We haven't seen her since she had her botcherific post WrestleMania match on Raw versus Becky Lynch. Oh, we know she's in the can. We know she ain't coming back. Buddy Murphy. The best kept secret of the WWE, brought to SmackDown via the Superstar Shakeup. You made your debut monologue on April the 16th, and yet you have yet to debut on SmackDown. And I'm sorry, that Alicia Fox Becky Lynch match was on April the 22nd. That was following the Superstar Shakeup. So, yeah. Buddy Murphy, where are you? Leo Rush. Insert your gossip points about why he is not on television. He has not been on television since April the 15th when he was at ringside for a 6-man tag. He has accepted a booking with his alma mater indie fed. Can't remember what it is right now. I think NCW or something like that. But he has accepted booking for his alma mater indie fed. He's going to be making an appearance over there, doing autograph signings, not doing anything physical. So watch your news thread. You might be seeing some future endeavors soon. Yes, Liv Morgan claimed to have had a broken toe, but she's too busy wearing blue pajamas at SmackDown and lying down on the ramp and trying to look cute and everything when actually not doing anything. Sarah Logan, she's too busy being a Viking wife to someone who hasn't worked for 3 weeks either. Both of them are going to be collecting checks, it seems. Sheamus claimed to be injured. Haven't seen him since April the 9th in a 6-man tag. That was post-WrestleMania on SmackDown. We don't know what's going on with him other than he's built a really nice gym in his garage and he's doing workout videos. He's still doing promotional work for the WWE, appearing at events when Raw or SmackDown show up in your town. So he's still on the docket. He's still performing his duties. The Ascension. We have not seen you since the Battle Royale of WrestleMania on April the 7th. Don't know what the heck's going on there. Like to see them chase for the 24/7 title. Like to see Harper do something more than just wait out his contract because he was injured. Do something on NXT, buddy. Keep your name out there. You're going to be showing up on AEW maybe, but I think he's really too old now. I don't think he wants to wrestle anymore. He's too tired for this stuff. Mickie James. She's too busy trying to get a hashtag called MILF Carton going on the Twitter, which I believe is a signal that she will be getting released soon. I'm sorry, honey, but no, you're not. I can make so many jokes right now, but I think they're in just poor taste to make about Mickie James trying to start a sexy MILF Carton hashtag there on the Twitter. She's probably going to be leaving soon. A lot of people, we're going to be seeing a spring cleaning here very, very soon. We have the meats. Rhino. Haven't seen him since April the 7th on that same Battle Royal. He's still on the roster page, guys. He hasn't retired. Sasha Banks. Haven't seen you since that Fatal 4-Way Tag Team title match over at WrestleMania. You still kicking and pouting? No, you're just taking some time off. And I hope you're taking some time off to watch some wrestling tapes and not be as god-awful as you were the past 3 months when you were on the roster. Seriously. This ain't about Jonathan Goods' This ain't about Jonathan Goods' gripes about WWE creative and script writing. This is about the stuff that Jonathan Good loves doing, and that's the wrestling. And this is the stuff that Sasha Banks sucks at. I hope when you come back, you're a hell of a lot better than what you were. That's for damn sure. Tamina needs to get off this list. That's my bad. Killian Dane. Haven't seen him since a 3-on-1 handicap match on SmackDown. I have not heard word if he is officially on the NXT UK roster. Haven't seen word about that yet. I'm anticipating for him to actually start touring with Raw with his wife, Nikki Cross, who's on Raw. Since they're all about not breaking up couples. Maybe. Primo Cologne. We haven't seen you since that segment on March 26th on SmackDown. Haven't seen you in a while. Spring cleaning. Razar. Have not seen him since February the 4th when he had beef with Apollo Crews because Apollo Crews really liked Kurt Angle on an episode of Raw. He should be coming back soon to be alongside Akam of AOP. Whether it be on the WWE or NXT has yet to be seen. Notable names that are not on the milk carton that I willingly took off. Samir and Sunil Singh are now officially part of 205 Live. Tyler Breeze I have taken off of the main roster of the milk carton because of his upcoming match at NXT Takeover facing Velveteen Dream. So he's being used as augmentation talent for those at NXT. Yeah. So some people are off, a lot of people are on, but one guy that will never leave the milk carton unless they do something about it. He is the stalwart of the milk carton. He has been there since Survivor Series. It's a full calendar half year. Full calendar half year? Doug, drink more. 6 months he's been on the milk carton. That's longer than any other period that he's had being on the main roster, possibly. Epico Cologne. Yes. So, that is the WWE Milk Carton. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I am enjoying my Castile Rouge. I fill up my Gearbox goblet right now. Show you that it is so good. It is so good. All right. Time to make some predictions because we are full of it. Is Epico Cologne even real? Asks Skills. I don't know. I don't know if he's real or not. So, all right. It's time to make some predictions about this coming Saturday's NXT Takeover 25 pay-per-view. We have got the sources in us. We know what we have put ourselves into. It's time to know our shit. All right. All right, time to do this. Take a swig of the sources. All right. 5 matches are on the card for NXT Takeover 25 coming out of somewhere. Bridgeport, Connecticut is where it is. The 25th NXT Takeover show. Man, that's hard to believe. But 5 matches are set on the main card, as you probably heard me earlier in the show, or maybe you just fast forwarded so you can get to this part. As always, make predictions on the pay-per-view. I will sometimes lock predictions. Whenever I get said lock picks wrong, I will take a shot of tequila. This is a double shot glass, by the way. But because I am feeling very frosty and I feel very confident about my picks and I am not going to screw up, I will be downing an entire mini bottle of tequila. For every locked pick that I get wrong, I am making 2 locked picks. So, for my health, for the sake of entertainment, well, wait, if it's the sake of entertainment, I would try to get them wrong. But actually, this is the sake of entertainment now because I'm going to take this very seriously because I hate doing tequila straight up. So, it's time to predict the show. 5 matches on the NXT Takeover 25 card, and here we go. Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong. The storyline of this match is that it's been rumored that Roderick Strong has broken ties with Undisputed Era, is the deal. And so they're having this match. Earlier this month was a match between Matt Riddle and Adam Cole that was just absolutely mind-blowing. Okay? Matt Riddle is a goddamn stud on this roster. Okay? It is absolutely amazing. The character is fantastic. The production is fantastic. His spots are great. His mannerisms and emoting, everything, okay, is fantastic with this guy. Okay? Cannot bring him to the main roster right now. It's going to be a long time before I even bring him to the main roster. I've got Shifty in there saying Lock Riddle. I've got Gills saying Matt Riddle. Man. The problem is I'm seeing the whole Roderick Strong thing as, nah, he's still with Undisputed Era. Out comes everyone, and they help him out, and Roderick wins. Or it could, I don't know. This one's a tough one. I can't lock this one. I really don't think I can lock this one. No, actually, I won't lock it. No. It's actually not that difficult now that I think about it. Now that I'm thinking of the rest of the card. I'll take Matt Riddle in this one. Yeah, I'll take Matt Riddle. I can't lock it, though. I can't lock it. Because I'm thinking either Undisputed Era comes back out and they actually help. They mended ties. But I think it's on the safe side that Matt Riddle wins because I've got better ideas for Undisputed Era later in the show. Velveteen Dream defending the North American title against Tyler Breeze. This match happened because there was a flare shot. Flare was shot in the air because Dominik Dijakovic's meniscus tore. And so they had to have a match. And so here comes Tyler Breeze to make the save. This is going to be a very, 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 very fun match. Cannot wait to see Tyler Breeze back in the ring, in an NXT ring, no doubt. But I've got to take Velveteen Dream to retain the North American title, and I'm going to lock that. That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. Yep, take Velveteen Dream to hold down that title and lock it. Fatal 4-way ladder match to determine the new NXT Tag Team Champions. We got Oney Larkin and Danny Burch, that team, going against the Street Profits, going against Undisputed Era, going against the Forgotten Sons. This match is going to be just a car crash classic. Montez Ford of the Street Profits is fun as hell to watch. Larkin and Burch are fun as hell to watch because of just the European strong style type stuff. Undisputed Era, we know how fun they can be with their mannerisms and everything. I don't buy them that they're really tough or anything. They're really funny with their stuff. But I dig me some Forgotten Sons. I love their dynamic, their gimmick, their presentation, their everything. They have had, for the past 3 or 4 months, the Forgotten Sons have gotten a great build, a fantastic build. Really dig the whole When you remember the Job Squad from the mid-90s, this is the Job Squad with about 3 doses of steroids and a really low paycheck. Okay? They are pissed. All right? They are pissed. They want people to know them. So, yeah. Man, this is a tough one though. I don't see. It's time for someone new, so I'm taking away Undisputed Era. Um, Forgotten Sons. I would really like for them to win it, but I don't know. I'm really looking at either Street Profits or Forgotten Sons. Uh, Man, help me out, guys. Help me out. Help me out. Man, this is really tough. No, you're right, Clint. You're right, CJ. Angelo Dawkins needs some love. No, you're absolutely right. No, this is a tough one. Oh boy. I don't want to do Undisputed Era. I really don't. I don't think they're gonna get it. And oh hey Tim. This could be the night where Era clean sweeps, or this could be the night they end with 4 losses. I got Suns on this one. Man. No. I'm going to show love to Street Profits. I like Forgotten Sons chasing. Forgotten Sons chasing can lead to fantabulous babyface implications. Okay? And if I were to have a tag team right now, because the thing with NXT is it's hard to distinguish between baby faces and heels. Right now, I mean, the heel team is Undisputed Era, but everyone else is babyface, it almost seems. Forgotten Sons are supposed to be a heel. When in doubt, what do you want to win? Who do you want to win? Because they won't. Yeah, you're right. But I'll go with Street Profits on this one. Because I've got a feeling if they were to get the title, they will swerve and they will be fantastic, obnoxious heels. I really think that I could see them as just obnoxious heels. And I love me some obnoxious heels. Don't you? You love the Iconics. You like Daniel Bryan as the planet's champion heel. Obnoxious heel champions are fantastic to behold. So I'll go with Street Profits on this one. I am not locking it. Not locking it, though. Shayna Baszler defending her NXT Women's title against Io Shirai. Now that Kairi Sane is no longer in NXT, who is Io Shirai's backup now? Shayna Baszler's got, Jasmine Duke and whatever the hell her other name is. She's got her friends with her. I don't know. This one I just cannot see Shirai winning the Shifty saying Baszler's got to lose sometime. Yeah, she's got to lose sometime, but it ain't going to be now. It sure as hell ain't going to be now. There have been plenty of times that I've betted against Baszler and I've come up empty. Okay? Plenty of times I've locked and lost. I cannot do it this time. Baszler is going to retain. Okay? She's going to retain. Period. The girl from New Zealand or Australia is Io's backup. Well, that helps me out. Is that Dakota Kai? Is that who I'm thinking of? Is she coming back from injury? Oh, come on. No, Baszler. Baszler wins. Okay. Oh, God, Bianca Belair. Yeah, she's going to be the one to eventually take it. Oh, sure. Bianca Belair has got a home on the main roster when that happens. Oh, God, she does Sasha Banks better than Sasha Banks does. Okay. Finally, all right, so I've got one final lock, and it's in the main event. Johnny Gargano defending the NXT title against Adam Cole. Take a sip of the sources for confidence. So I'm revisiting WrestleMania weekend and NXT Brooklyn 3, where I was on this show and I cursed out the screen for Johnny Gargano and their stupid finisher kick-out fest, making me shoot tequila live on YouTube. It was a stupid fucking match. It really was. And it's going to be more of the same again, except there's going to be a lot of shenanigans happening around the outside. People are going to be interfering left and right. Undisputed Era, the boys are going to interfere. Who can come to Gargano's side to help out with that? Matt Riddle? Some other random people, But this match, oh, God. Yeah. Gills and CJ in the chat room, just re-hated me. Son of a whore! Fuck this match. Yeah. This is, this match, I wish I had Walter. I need me some Walter in my life. I'm probably going to watch some NXT UK just to soften the blow here, what I'm about to do. So I got to lock this. All right, Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole. Shenanigans are going to happen all over around the outside. Roderick Strong is going to rejoin Undisputed Era. He's going to make the save. And Adam Cole is your new NXT champion. Lock it. Yeah. Adam Cole wins. Roderick Strong comes back. Yeah. Gargano has nobody else to face. That's true. But it opens the door for when Adam Cole has the title. It opens the door for many new matches that could further cement him, as a good champion. Yeah, you could have a match against Tyler Breeze or something like that. You could have Adam Cole, Matt Riddle again. You could have that. But don't let Johnny be called up. Well, Gills, that was the initial call. They were going to have him called up alongside Tomato Chomper. Those two were going to be called up to the main roster. My big thing is when Adam Cole is champion, you're going to see more people pushed that should have been pushed maybe a long time ago, but maybe it was warranted. One name to keep in mind, and a match to keep in mind for when NXT Takeover happens for SummerSlam later in the summer. Adam Cole versus Keith Lee. I'm riding high on Keith Lee right now with NXT. They are just tapping that gas pedal. They are tapping it. They are not pushing the clutch to shift it into second or third. They are just lightly tapping. Because you watch out. Keith Lee is going to get a major push in these next 2 months. Adam Cole, Matt Riddle will happen. That's inevitable. You're going to get that match on NXT TV. Okay? But Adam Cole, Keith Lee is what I'm looking at. If it's not SummerSlam, it's going to be Survivor Series. That is a major title change right there. Yeah. So, that's my final lock. I'm sticking to it. I'm really putting myself in the corner, but we'll see what happens. So, those are your NXT TakeOver predictions, and they are once again, Matt Riddle will go over on Roderick Strong. I've got Velveteen Dream successfully defending his North American title against Tyler Breeze, and I am locking that. I've got the Street Profits winning in this fatal four-way ladder match for the NXT Tag Team titles. I have got Shayna Baszler successfully defending the NXT Women's title against Io Shirai. And then finally, I have Adam Cole as your new NXT champion over Johnny Gargano. Shane Bradley says he believes that I said fuck at least 200 times during that match. Yeah, probably did. Yeah, sure did. Also, other things to keep in mind coming up with NXT. You've got Keith Lee getting a push. Kushida made his debut with NXT. Look for him to have some really fun matches. There are a lot of call-ups that have happened with NXT with new acquisitions. Um, I really think Kushida is one of the more that I'm really interested in seeing. Just because I've seen the 2 matches I've seen of his in New Japan, I'm really curious to see how he'll turn out. He has kept the look of the Back to the Future gimmick. I've seen his entrance. Really curious to see how that's all going to be pulled off. But there's a lot of stuff to look forward to with NXT, to tell you the truth. And I'm not saying that it's better than the WWE product. It's better than Raw and Smackdown. No, I'm just saying it's something to watch. And it's readily available. It's right there, just point and click. I don't have to search for it. I don't have to buy I don't have to buy a separate subscription like for New Japan to watch only New Japan stuff. Stuff that I don't even know who's a face or a heel. Something different. Just like how AEW is something different, which is something that I will go ahead and check out later on in the coming months, to check out and do a live watch along with me. So you can hear me say fuck all the time. You can hear me say fuck this match. I heard the production was okay. JR is on the mic. Yeah. So, yeah, it's something to look forward to. But the one thing that I really want to end the show with, and it's just my little sermon, I guess. Don't call it, well, not a sermon. Ever since the AEW Double or Nothing show, there's been a lot of people defensive. There's been a lot of people who are defensive and insecure right now, trying to defend themselves for liking something or not liking something. Defensive for appreciating one but not the other. Defensive, incredibly amounts of insecurity. Okay? I haven't watched AEW Double or Nothing. Is that by choice? Yeah, because I figured this is what would be happening. People being defensive. Snap judgments, snap calls. Okay. So that's why I chose to, just like with the WWE Network, where you're able to watch anything at any time. You don't have to watch it right then and there. You can wait. That's what I'm doing with AEW. When that show happened, everyone just said it's the greatest wrestling show they've ever seen. As if they've never seen professional wrestling before. As if the professional wrestling they've been watching for the past 3, 5, 10 years, or whatever amount it is that you want to grab out there, they've never watched any of that before, and that this was just a baptismal experience for them. It's a new product. I totally get it. And it's awesome to be excited about a new product. Hell yeah, it is. Dear God, are you kidding me? If there's like anything new that comes out, you're excited about it, right? A brand new movie comes out from a franchise that you have trusted for so long. You're excited to go see it. Here's a case in point. Okay, I'll give you a great example. Today, after I finished putting together the show, I fixed some food, and I'm sitting on the couch. I'm with Netflix. I'm fishing around, trying to find something. And I see, oh shit, there was a Full Metal Alchemist live action movie done 2 years ago. I know what that is. That's a really good anime that I used to like way back when I was in college. Full Metal Alchemist? Sure, I'll go ahead and watch this movie. I know it's not going to be fucking Oscar worthy, but I know it's something that I might be entertained by. It's going to have stupid shit in it. It's probably going to be a little poorly produced, but I'm just going to sit back and I'm just going to watch this. And I'm not going to let any other reviews or any ratings dictate what I'm going to like about this. Turned it on. It was pretty fun. Reminded me of what it was like watching that cartoon and everything. And I knew I was going to like it because I'm an anime fan. I liked Full Metal Alchemist. That's why I watched it. AEW, why'd you watch it? Because you like professional wrestling. You've always liked professional wrestling. You just don't like what's out there readily at your fingertips right now. Honestly, I'm an anime fan. I don't like what's out there in anime right now because it's all CGI. It's all hastily put together. It doesn't appeal to me. So, what I'm trying to say is everyone needs to stop being defensive. The talk has always been about people attacking each other. I'm not seeing it. People need to stop being defensive. Okay? Stop trying to defend yourself for liking something. You like what you like, goddammit. No one's going to tell you otherwise. If someone else has got a problem with it, that's their problem. You don't need to defend yourself. Stop it. You're wasting time. You're wasting space. You're wasting your breath. You're wasting your brain power. Just say that you liked it, period. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. More importantly, don't worry about what anyone else thinks about what you think of them. For fuck's sake. Good God, I'm talking like I'm almost 40 years old, and I'm talking to a bunch of 20-year-olds. Oh, that's probably what I'm doing. Shit. I made sure to stay off the Twitter most of the weekend because I knew what it was going to be full of. It was going to be full of gifs about stuff and people saying, holy shit, that was awesome, and oh my God, it's WWE shit, blah, 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 blah. You can enjoy something without attacking something. You can enjoy something without defending something. You can just enjoy it. Period. That's all you got to do. I don't see why the need to defend something if it's only just to make you feel better. If that's the only reason that you're doing it is because you need to defend yourself of what you like, because you want to join a group and you want to join a community so that you feel better about yourself, you go ahead and do that. Just don't put down the other community that has nothing to do with it, or the people that aren't part of any of the communities at all. We're at a point right now with professional wrestling fans where there's a lot of insecurity and ostracizing happening. Where people are just making snap judgments and not marinating on things. When they just look at a report, immediately snap on it. When they see results, immediately snap on it. They watch a television show and immediately snap on it with all of them sitting down and thinking, why is this happening? Why are things happening? Why did they book the way that they booked? Why did they do that set spot? Why was that segment needed? Why was this prop needed? I defend everyone who likes to have fun. Believe me, there are some questionable figures that I would never want to spend an hour with. But I will admire them for liking things. I will not put them down for liking things. I only put down what they like. There's a difference between putting down something that people like and putting down the person that likes it. Okay. That's where conversations can happen. That's where you can have nice discussions about different products, about different things, about booking strategies, about production, about lighting, camera placements, announcers, and their roles in said products. It's what you can do. It's being mature. It's being responsible. It's being an adult. Try it. I have found it gets. I used to be very active on the Twitter, but I haven't been active for a while, and it's for a lot of reasons. And a lot of them is being that I believe the generation that I'm wanting to reach out to cannot comprehend or maybe get what I say. So, and it can't be done just on Twitter. It's got to be done in a format like this. Whether those types of people are watching the show or not, probably not. And that's where I got to rely on you, the viewer, to tell your friends about this show. To tell your friends about Wrestleview.com. To tell them about all of the other places they can go to find great professional wrestling fans like yourselves that are in the chat room right now, and myself, where we can just talk. Have great discussion. You can find us on the Wrestleview media page on the Facebook group. Yes, we are all great people on the Facebook page. Those that bitch about just seeing memes and stuff have never tried engaging in a conversation. It happens on there. And sometimes the conversations happen when stuff is taken way too out of context and people are way too insecure. Guys, it's time to have some actual talk and actual conversation about professional wrestling. Am I going to post a meme? Absolutely, I'm going to post a goddamn meme. Okay? It's all in fun. If you can't have fun, by God, what are we doing? Why do I keep saying fuck this shit and fuck your shit? Fun things are fun. It's time to have fun again. It's time to enjoy professional wrestling again. That's why I'm going to be doing the watch along with the AEW Double or Nothing. It's to have fun. Why do I do this NXT Takeover predictions where I might be downing a bottle of one of these? Because it's fun. Why do I do this show? Because it's fun. Why do I watch professional wrestling? Because it's fun. Why do I like talking to you guys? Because it's fun. Okay? Everyone. Just try to have fun. For fuck's sake. You're not having fun doing all of this, then Jesus Christ, man, you're taking life way too seriously. And you're taking some stuff seriously that you really shouldn't be. I've got to introduce you, just like how Trevor Noah on Daily Show said, I got to get you some credit card debt and STD to worry about. Dear Lord. So, thank you all very much for showing up and stomaching through my little sermon there. I'm sorry I had to get all preachy. It's really hard to type fragmented sentences like that into Facebook. But I think I kind of did that on Facebook earlier this week. You can see that post on there about communication in the time of the Monday Night Wars and how there was a wrestling community that was actually face-to-face during the birth of the internet. So, yeah. But again, thank you guys so much for showing up. Everybody in the chat room, thank you so much for stopping by. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel of Wrestleview, would you please do it? You're doing yourselves something horrible by not doing it. Everyone listening to me on the SoundCloud, on the iTunes, on the Spotify, thank you all so much. Tune in to the show live on YouTube. We got an awesome chat room. Seriously, we do. And also, tune in next week. Monday Night Raw post show with the Tedescos, Mike and Victoria. Hopefully, Mike will be happy for once in his entire goddamn life because he's got a tiny human inside Victoria's belly. So maybe we'll hear happy thoughts. We'll see. I don't know. I can't lock that. Also, tune in here next week where you see my aftermath of what I'm going to be drinking from the NXT show. And also, I said I was going to be doing this, but I couldn't because we had prediction shows coming up and other stuff that happened segment-wise or headline-wise. But I will be binging on 205 Live. I will be binging on all of the episodes of 205 Live that start post-WrestleMania. That's right. I'm probably going to be binging on about 9 or 10 episodes of 205 Live. And I'll tell you guys what I think about it. So, anyway, once again, thank you all so much for stopping by. See you all next week. And as always, know when you're being sold to.